Hey, gamers! Oops, I didn't mean to click that. I meant to just click on the thing. On the map. Hello and welcome. How's it going? How are things with you? I hope they're well. I have a nasty cough from leftover COVID symptoms. And also my tummy hurts. Don't know why that is. But it's very unfortunate. Guess let's just go to his estate. Seems weird to be barging in at fucking midnight. Oh good, you're still up.
What can I do for you?
I have information about your dig site.
At last, Belfetto, tell me, please, what has happened? How much have we lost? I must know.
I saw the same destruction Aerithus wreaked on Cade Nua. Odorisi is dead, along with most of your animatsers.
I see. And the work? Odorisi's notes? Was there nothing of his research?
Yeah, I'll give him the notes.
You did?
I found
God,
these.
be kind.
Clary takes the bundle notes from you with barely restrained urgency. Within moments, he's flipping through the papers, his eyes sweeping back and forth across the pages. Major positive with Port Maje. Minor positive gained with Valiant Trading Company.
Belfetto! Belfetto! We are saved!
Clario lets out a relieved, almost giddy laugh, looking up at you with a toothy grin.
That is, Odorisi's legacy is not wholly lost. I like to believe the man would find that pleasing.
He folds the papers once again and sets his hands over them protectively.
You say this is all the work of the Titan, of Aothis, and you still insist on looking for him? He destroyed your ship, killed my people. Would it not make more sense to sail to the far side of the world and away from all this?
I don't have a choice.
It is a strange obligation you are under. I understand a little of that. Lucky for you. If I were a more sensible man, I would take this for fable and turn you away.
Crack, 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 my bones. Rational, diplomatic. Clario, I need your help. Aothis is looking for Adra pillars like the one in the arena.
It would explain why the giant went for the dig site, rather than attack us in the town, wouldn't it?
Clario sets his hand on his stomach. With the other, he pulls a handkerchief from his pocket to mop at his brow.
Merla. He will ravage every outpost in the Deadfire. That Adra is why we are here, why everyone is here in truth. The Valiant Trading Company, the Royal Deadfire Company, countless mercenaries.
Not the natives. They're here just because it's their home.
You'll want to go to Nekataka. Queen Onekaza II rules there at the Kahanga Palace. Anyone seeking to do business in the Deadfire Archipelago must negotiate with her first. The Queen knows every Adra vein of worth in the Deadfire. I'm certain she can help you. That is, if she agrees to see you at all.
Is that unlikely?
Nekataka harbors many foreigners, but they count upon a small army of diplomats and emissaries to buy passage with words or coin. You have no one but yourself. Ah, that silver tongue of yours will be put to the test.
You promised to help me.
I have not forgotten. We will get you to Nekataka. And for that, you need your sheep. I'll arrange it with Ekawa. Between the two of us, I'm certain we can gather the workers we need. Head down to the beach once you are ready to depart.
Thank you for your help.
Pompiaco, it is only right. After all you have done for me. I won't keep you further. You have a long and very strange journey ahead.
I sure
Some
do.
advice. After you have had your audience with the Queen, seek out the Valian Trading Company. They make their headquarters in Nekataka, and the company always appreciates a good head.
Good to know, dude. Alright. Do. This place is like the inn, right? 'Cause I need to rest and get rid of these wounds.
It's not right. I came here on the first ship. Why does an islander get paid the same as I? What next?
Okay. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Thorol.
Sorry, we haven't any rooms for you.
What's this about the rooms?
We're full up. You aren't the first outsider to turn up looking for a place to stay after their ride off the island ended up at the bottom of the sea.
Boss is fixing you with a concerning eye.
Well, tell you what. I've got one room ought to have been cleared out by now. Only the occupants decided to outstay his welcome. Real trouble is, he hasn't settled his bill. He's a merchant captain by the name of Galleon. I've given him a fair chance, but he's been a right prick about the whole thing. I've got a spare key here. You chase him and his pals off, and the room's yours. At a discount.
What if you won't leave willingly?
Ah, well. He's a prat, but he's not so tough. Smack him around if it comes down to it. But I figure a few sharp words ought to do the trick.
I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate it, truly. I'll have someone tidy the place up for you once you're through. Chances are they've spilled ale just about everywhere. I don't want the man dead, and that's not what I'm paying for. Just see him on his way and we'll call it done.
With a final nod, he turns away.
Have you ever seen anyone cast like that?
Sure.
Alright. Do. Not many rooms in this place, huh?
Don't remember ordering more drinks.
Galen.
Thought I'd locked that thing.
The glassy-eyed gentleman before you bears a miserable expression of the recently sober. He also smells like he's been pickling in a cask for a few days.
Blazes. I was going to say you wandered into the wrong room, but by the look of things, it runs in the family. Try not to slam the door on your way out, yeah? My head's going to pieces.
Thorol wants you out of here.
Does he now? And what are you supposed to do about it?
You You really want the guards in here to throw you out on the street?
The governor's got all his guards on high alert, staving off the pirates.
He waggles his hand in a gesture of mock alarm. Aloth sighs through his nose.
So if anyone's going to be doing the throwing, it's going to have to be you. How about it, mate?
Stab him in the arm. Can I see what my stats are? I don't remember what my build is. Let's just go with don't. Galleon sneers for a moment, but something in your expression squelches his confidence in a hurry. He scratches nervously at his beard.
All right. Just keep your boots on. We're leaving. Thorol wants us out on the streets so bad, so be it.
You serious, Galleon? Where are we supposed to go?
The Omao woman glowers at you before following him out. Alright. Got us a room.
Still
Thorol.
kicking, eh? What'll it be?
Cleared out that room for you.
Hey, good work. Times like these, I can't afford to keep on anyone who can't pay their tab. The second word got around, I'd have every pauper in the city on my doorstep. The room's yours if you want it. And for a job well done, here's your pay.
He sets a damp leather coin pouch on the counter.
Still kicking, eh? What'll it be?
I'd like to hire some crew members onto my ship.
Plenty of people looking for passage out of here. Let's see if any of them catch your interest.
I don't know who we have currently. Party management. Cancel. Store. Got anything good? No. Okay, we get to sleep here, right? Right? Or do I have to pay? He said I didn't have to pay. Whatever, money's not an issue for me because I cheated, but I'm still grumpy about it.
Still kicking, eh?
Like a room. Beverage. Okay. I'm liking the music. I noticed that the stream's kind of janky. That shouldn't be. All of that means it should be running smoothly. Leave town on foot. Gotta get back to my boat. That's something else. Why is it always night when I arrive places? I won't be somewhere during the day.
Good, you are here. Clario has made good on his promise. We are making ready to free your ship.
Kawa gestures to your vessel, where a motley crew of Huana and Valian workers race to and fro.
I say still that you are fortunate. The ship was nearly lost, but it will float. For how long, I cannot say. You will wish to find a friendly port with some speed, I think.
Do you know where Nekataka is?
So you will go to the great Kahanga city as well. You must sail north for some time, and then a little east. Take care in Nekataka, outsider. It will close its jaws around you, and you will never notice. Come.
Huh.
We will see your Defiant out to sea.
Ooh, I leveled up. That's swell. Leveling up is cool and good. Received a curious message from Harbinger Vatnir. This missive, written in what looks like dried blood on a slice of tanned leather, came rolled and sealed with the mark of the Oryx. The lettering, spidery and sharp, suggests the sender might have been shivering as they composed it. Most glorious watcher of Cadenua, I cordially invite you to a feast to be held in your honor. A community of like minds is congregated at Harbinger's Watch, a small outpost located in the southern Deadfire Sea, to witness the dead flow's rapid expansion. Soon ice shall consume all, and Rimmergan's dominion over dead Aora will be unchallenged. We eagerly anticipate hosting your magnificence with admiration of your many accomplishments. Vatnir, High Harbinger of Dusk.
We should address the matter of our ship's resources before we get underway.
Okay.
It saddens me to inform you that we lost several crew and most of our provisions during the storm. However, Port Margé appears to be well supplied, and I expect the recent disaster has left several sailors in want of a ship. I suggest we contract for additional supplies and crew before we return to open water, or our voyage may indeed be a short one.
Seems like a sound idea. Ship-to-ship combat. No thank you, please. Well, maybe I don't have a choice. As the Defiant leaves Port Maje behind, we were headed there, but you casually observe dozens of other ships coming and going, mostly fishing and trade vessels. One craft stands out. An imposing dhow, replete with cannons, crests into the view of the Defiant's starboard bow. The flag raised high atop the sail signifies a wish to parley. However, the dhow approaches at an aggressive speed, suggesting that it might not be easily turned away. Do nothing. The distance closes quickly, and soon the massive dhows hull rolls on the waves beside your ship. Boarding planks emerge and are quickly cast onto your ship, with shouts from its crew notifying that their captain will be boarding. Several well-armed men cross the planks, their eyes watching every inch of your ship. The crowd parts to open the way for their captain, a tall, well-dressed man. He peers at you with one impeccably groomed eyebrow raised. Following behind the captain, in stark contrast, rides an unkempt Orlon. A pair of pistol grips protrude from his belt, and he casually twirls a stocky firearm around his index finger. His shaggy face, framed by long cobalt blue hair and wildly braided cerulean beard, makes the crooked smirk he directs at you seem almost sinister. I can't read today. That's a problem.
Ador, Waterocador. On behalf of the Principe Sen Patrina, I must request we meet in parley.
You have my attention? Oh wait, the broad-shouldered captain up-tilts his chin in greeting. When he smiles, his left cheek divots a shallow dimple. You have my attention?
Agrasima. I will make this quick.
He flourishes a courtly bow.
I have heard some marvelous tales regarding your ventures in the Deerwood. In fact, you are the first dragon slayer I have ever met, outside of a grave. Some fools would seek to make a fortune by pilfering from one such as you.
He's done his research. Might as well hear him out.
Under the captain's words, you hear a faint but insistent buzzing. It blooms, overwhelming Ferrante's voice, drowning out all else around you. No one seems to notice. A vision. Let the visions come. The visions streak across your mind's eye, fleeting and incoherent. An elf, dark-hailed and battle-scarred, stepping across the gulf between vessels. She shakes Ferrante's hand, and warmth spills through you. Excitement, pride, respect. The imagery melts like candle wax into a lamplit galley, swamped with the scent of unwatered rum and sweet fruit. And sailors and their songs. With sailors and their songs and sweat. The scene billows away, ice cold and clawing, replaced with a crew on deck, solemn and staring, as Ferrante grasps one of their own by the throat. No, not one of their own. No more. You don't steal from family and stay family. Tears and mucus mar the man's features as Ferrante reads the man his last rites. Thief or no, they'll consign him to Andra as tradition dictates. The vision passes, leaving you blinking on the deck of the Defiant, looking at Ferrante's face. He raises an eyebrow.
I believe you have met such a fool. Captain Benweth of the Drake.
Despite the gravity of his words, he smiles grandly, and the dimple cuts deeper into his left cheek. I remember the Drake.
Gelarde. Then that should make this easy. I am keen to show my rascal of a compatriot some much-needed humility. I thought perhaps you may care to as well.
Ferrante's, do my job for me, friend. Hope you don't die in the effort.
The rogue words flit through your thoughts like darters, not quite your own, but not entirely unlike your own either. If Benweth is one of your own, shouldn't you take responsibility for his actions?
Benweth is no captain of mine, Aimika. It is not beneath my flag his Drake sails. Yet I do seek to temper his actions when they would endanger the Principe altogether.
How has he endangered the Principe?
Are you saying if we rile you, you will pose no threat to us? If I do not believe you, Dragon Slayer.
Captain chuckles, rubbing his fingers rubbing the frilled collar around his throat.
Word of Benweth's raid on the Defiant will spread throughout the Deadfire. More fools will seek to prey upon you.
That does seem like a bad thing.
I would suggest you stave off all others by making an example of Benweth.
Why tell me this? Why would you want to help me?
I will be honest with you, Anika.
He sighs heavily.
I do not favor Benwell, nor do I care for the company he keeps. Such fools and scoundrels serve only to tarnish the Principe's reputable name.
Oh, goody. Apparently my bitrate's shit right now. That might be part of why the stream looks like bad. Why is streaming never as easy as it should be? Continue.
But I believe you will be capable of setting him straight.
You're not a scoundrel like Benwith and his company keeps? Captain spreads his hands, palms up in a disarming gesture.
I am a gentleman, of course, and I am certainly not a fool.
Where may I find Captain Benwith? Say I wanted to teach him a lesson.
Benwith's Drake took damage during the storm. Eventually, he will need to dock for repairs, and when he does, Seraphin can find him for you.
Franti flourishes a hand towards the Orlan at his side.
He is rather an unrefined creature, but he is a most skilled ship hunter, I assure you.
Unrefined? Begging your pardon, Captain, but I'd be the fucking model of the gentleman of fortune.
The Orlan scoffs.
As for Benwith, that sucker of squid tits be as predictable as the tide. I'd wager all my furriest bits that he'd set sail for Deadlight.
That would be felicitous indeed, as I believe the traitor Remaro hides there as well. I quite enjoy killing 2 men with a single bullet.
Wouldn't have even thought of it if you hadn't brought it up, sir.
You feel a surge of anger that's not your own. Seraphin spins towards you and bows again.
Now, I ain't hardly in any hurry to leave the fine company of the gentlemen of leisure. But the captain be right about me finding your mark. Adding to that, you sail into Fort Deadlight not knowing your innies from your outies, you might very well find the locals cannon fucking your boat to sodden splinters.
Why loan me your best ship hunter?
What venture does not require an investment to be prosperous? The Seraphin is an allowance, which I expect you will return, in one payment or another.
What can you do for me?
Are you asking aside from my vaunted ship hunting abilities, self-evident manners, and encyclopedic know-how of all things piratical?
Teeth glint between the curves of his smile. Color rises in Aloth's cheeks. He shakes his head. Yes, aside from the obvious.
Well, there'll be me knowing my way around Fort Deadlight, so named on account of it being a fortress and all. I got my contacts inside, and I'll be half-handy with a gun if shit goes belly up. Adding to that, I'll be right easy on the eyes, or so the lasses tell me.
He raises his eyebrow in 2 quick bumps. I'm sure they're just being kind.
Oh, you verily wound me, madam.
He chuckles, however.
As you see, Seraphin is both insufferable and marvelously useful.
Seems like you're eager to join me.
Well, of course I'll be eager to give Benweth the old Evo. That half-cock's been a pain in our asses for the better part of, well, too fucking long. You said you met him, I? Seems the type that needs a bullet, ain't he?
He projects his words a tad louder than necessary. Thoughtful, Shodi rubs the knuckle along the edge of her jaw. I know there's something you're not telling me.
Aye, there's boat holds I ain't telling you, Watcher. I ain't telling you about the lass I have back on Deadlight. Ain't telling you what we did or didn't do last time I seen her, neither. Certainly ain't telling you about the secret pirate handshake that'll get you in the door.
Franti shakes his head, but his smile widens into a sincere grin. Welcome aboard, Seraphin.
Oh, you won't be regretting this, Watcher. At least so long as you keep us heavy in grog and light on the onions. Ugh, them dirty shit apples ain't never agreed with me, and I'll be suspecting they never will.
He pats his belly as he strides to your side.
He's not sleeping near my berth, I promise you that much.
I sail now for Dunwich, my own safe port. I will await you there, should you be successful in schooling our wayward captain.
Sure, bud. ciphers are fun, but a barbarian would also be fun. Yeah, let's go with the double. Did I level up again? To Port Mage. Supply. Medicine. Bullets. Repair. Fresh fruit, huh? Ale. Trade. Ship management. What do I got? You're injured for 5 days. Got 2 cannons on one side, no cannoneer. Wait, 1 cannoneer, missing a cannoneer. I need another deckhand, another cannoneer, a surgeon, and a navigator. That's good enough for now. So I already forget what I said I needed. A deckhand, a navigator, a cannoneer, a surgeon. You should be a surgeon. We need a surgeon more than we need a deckhand. So, deckhand and cannoneer. Malicious. That seems bad. Right, I guess we won't get a deckhand, because I don't want someone that's malicious. I will grab that cannoneer, though. Excellent. Sails, primary color. Purple and gold. The whole. Let's keep it green. That's fine. For now. Supply. Anything else I need? Sails? Nah. Nope. Nope. Party management? Nope. Okay. Fort Deadlight, Dunnage, Nikitaka, Harbinger's Watch, Deadfire Merchant. Well, I guess let's head towards the Fort Deadlight. Right? That seems like a thing to do. I'm here for the music. Few details. Let's go with naval combat. Let's see how this fucking works. Oh! The Defiant beats to windward, tacking between port and starboard with all appropriate speed. Your ship is faster, and your crew better prepared. You secured the wind gauge before the Whirlwind's crew has the opportunity to come about and claim it for themselves. What is that? Turn to port. Fine, execute a smooth turn to port. Enemy crew scurries to their stations, prepare for maneuvers. Opposing captain swings the Whirlwind to port. Fire the starboard cannons! Right? Port is left, starboard is right, yeah. Cannonball. Grape shot. Chain shot. Cannonball. Let's go with a classic. As the ship crests over the peak of the wave, your cannoneers fire a deafening volley at the opposing ship. Boom, boom. It seems like that went down. That seems good, right? The cannon tears through the enemy ship, splintering the hull and shredding the sails. Before you have a chance to celebrate, the enemy ship abruptly explodes with a deafening boom. Your cannon fire must have found their gunpowder stores. Fire engulfs the enemy ship. Smoke, black and acrid, spirals into the sky. Water floods the ship's hull, and the flaming vessel soon slips beneath the waves, wiped from the surface of the sea and summarily as if it had never sailed at all. Share coins with the crew. Take all and continue. Junk bobs just off the shore. Its hull is scored with deep gashes above the waterline, and the parts of the stern are burned to cinders. There may still be something worth salvaging in the hold. Sift through the wreckage. Take some time to explore the wreckage. You find a bunch of rice. Wait, actually, can I fucking level the fuck up? No? Well, through the distant haze of sea mist and rocky shadows, Fort Deadlight rises over the horizon. Approaching the pirate stronghold is a risky venture for even the most skilled of mariners. Any ship not flying the Principe flag that's sighted in Deadlight's shadow may be raided. Abaddon's iron scrote. Oh, Abaddon's iron scrote, Cap. Them guns be even bigger than I remember. Seraphin looks at the fortress from the deck and inhales through his teeth. I could be vouchsafing you with the guards if you be getting us to dock without being blasted to bits thrice over. Otherwise, I'd be recommending the sneakiest approach you got. Row to the shores on a skiff under cover of night. Sunlight glints sharply on the many points of choppy undulating sea that lies like a shattered mirror spread out for miles. Drop anchor, you instruct your ship hands, and ready the skiff. We row for shore at nightfall. Waves slap the side of your skiff, and the only sounds aside from the occasional grunt of exertion as you stealthily row to the island's shore under a shroud of darkness. 8 hours pass. You stow the skiff in the shadow of a towering walls, and creep forward in search of a way into the fort. Someday I'll learn how to read. Maybe. Maybe someday I'll learn how to read.
Up to the fort. Hunt for a way in.
First we level up. Mechanics. And insight. Is there not a dual wielding style? Thought that was a thing. Phantom foes. Flanked. Mind blades. That sounds sexy. Let's go with hand axes. I love me an axe. Or hatchet. Look at this fucking dude. He's smoking his pipe like he owns the place. Yes. Upgrade that. Oh, I get 2 things? Ooh, 1 additional engagement. That's very good. Yeah, let's get you extra shield stuff. Kana and history. No, religion. Warding seal. Generates a magical seal that explodes when an enemy comes in contact with it. That sounds good. Two weapon style. That's what I want. That's what I want for me. That sounds good. Oh? I get a double? Okay. Let's get you some defenses. What's your weapon currently? Sickle? What's that count as? An axe? And Alof, finally. Oh my god. Poison cloud, that. Oh, and another 2? Sure. Well. What is... Sure. Okay. Alright. Rising like a tidal wave above the ocean, a white stone wall stretches into the sky. Halfway between Deadlight's battlements and the rocky cove, at its base, an arched window opens into the salty air. Inspect the fortress wall. Jagged stones jut from the wall, often and at irregular intervals. Half crumbled, they look sharp but sturdy, and may be able to hold a person's weight. The window is high, but its sill is solid, carved right into the wall. With strong enough toss, a grappling hook could grip onto the edge. Well, I don't have a grappling hook, so I guess I'm gonna climb. As you climb, some of the rocky handholds crumble within your grip, but others hold firm, permitting you first one foot and then another higher, closer toward the waiting window above. You scale ahead of the others, citing both the path and the pace. When your hand or foot holds crumble, the others adjust, routing around to rejoin behind you. By the time you reach the open window, everyone is sweating but grinning with triumph. I paraphrased a little, sue me. I have an idea. Mayhaps this will make it work better.
I can get it to spill its secrets.
Ooh, fine leather armor.
Indeed.
Think there's some kind of secret wall over here? Hey, is that armor better than mine? Slightly worse, but faster. And I'll take faster. I don't like that there's a guard dog there.
Real quiet now.
This area's close to anyone who ain't one of Captain Benwith's personal crew, and you ain't, so get lost, swab.
That's nice.
Bloody end to you.
Don't let him blow that horn.
Oh, Act 10. Finish that!
Oh, that would have been bad.
Ahoy, Captain. I've got to come clean about something, and that'll be as good a time as not.
What is it?
Much as I hate Benwith, the main reason I signed up with you were to get here. To get a chance to look for a man named Romaro.
Jody puffs out a heated breath. Think he's at Fort Deadlight?
I didn't see his ship, so probably not. But mayhaps we could keep a weather eye open for clues to his whereabouts.
Why didn't you tell me about Romaro before? Seraphin's head falls. He scratches the scar on the side of his nose.
Apologies, Captain, for not being more forthcoming. Romaro be like family to me, and I didn't know you from a bilge pump. Actually, I've known a bilge pump or two.
You've nothing to apologize for. Family is important. We'll find Romaro together.
Thanks, Captain. Appreciate it, truly.
He beams, clasping a closed fist to his breast.
Deadlight's powder be north of here. The brig be to the south.
As you like.
Sign reads storage.
Anything this closely, it must lead to something important.
Finished.
From the hole in the stone wall, a chain mechanism attaches to the lock of this gate. The sign reads gunpowders.
I shall make it so.
The sign reads gunpowders.
Hold it right there, lovesome. If you ain't one of them my own, you can't be back here.
What Benwick doesn't know won't hurt him, but it will get you killed.
Bloody pox piece, you mutinous lads get bolder and bolder, don't ya?
She cracks her gun at you.
Bit of lead in your belly ought to settle you right down.
I can shoot you better. Whoa! Get owned, chumps. Ooh, a key.
Blast.
Damn, guns are really good. Like, damn. Turns out in a fantasy world, just shooting someone with a gun, it's pretty effective. Oh, speaking of, what do you got? Blunderbuss and an axe, huh? I like that. I like that style. Hello? Cookie Mana. Portly woman startles at your approach. As she downswings her meat cleaver, she nearly catches her fingers. Glowering, she more carefully resumes hacking at what looks to be a slab of ribs.
Who are you? And what are you doing here? Only Benwith's crew has access to my kitchens. Not that I care, really. Speak up so I can hear you.
I'm looking for Captain Benwith.
You won't find him in the kitchens, ever. He's high and mighty, gold bricking in Captain Aldi's quarters now. These stairs go back to the court. It's the tower adjacent to this one that leads to Aldi's quarters.
She points out to the stairs at the back of the kitchen with a slice of her cleaver through the air. Farewell. Underground docks, no thank you. That just sounds like a real bad time. God, I am so fucking tired today. I don't know why.
Before I go introducing you to Siri, I should
Who?
mention something.
Seraphin frowns, scratching his furred cheek. Go on.
I might have said things to Siri when I last dropped anchor at Deadlight. Just lovers' words, savvy. But I can't say I rightly lived up to them. I ain't saying there's a problem, just a possible wrinkle in the old charts.
Aloth gives you a pained look. Irked, Jody runs her tongue over her teeth. So she'll be upset.
All I'm saying is, you see her go for a pistol. you best step away from me.
Okay.
Now what have we got here? I do believe I recognize these goddamn chests.
He kneels by the chest, running his paws across it.
By Andre's salty bosom. Romaro hauled this chest from one end of the Deadfire to the other.
Any clues in there? He flips open the lid to reveal an empty chest. Seraphim doesn't seem disappointed, however. He reaches into the chest and gropes around before being rewarded by a clicking sound. A false bottom slides out from the chest, containing a single folded piece of parchment. Seraphim swipes it out and holds it to his nose, inhaling deeply. Ah yes, the scent of musty pirate notes.
No worse scents come out of chests like these, Captain. Trust you me.
He unfolds the letter, clears his throat, and begins to read.
Dear S. That be me. I knew you'd seek me out. Please abandon the trail here. I fashioned this predicament for my own, and I not have you lock its weight round your own ankles. If you find yourself imperiled, seek Udina at Magic Water. She can help.
Seraphim falls silent, staring at the page a while longer. You hear his breath catch, and he looks up, his expression carefully blank. Seems like there was more in that letter.
Nay, Captain, that be over and done with. Certainly got what I came for. Thank you, kindly.
Seraphim quickly folds the letter twice and stuffs it into a deep pocket. Do you know who Dina is?
I don't know Udina from Warp Mage, but Magic Waters, I know like my own fucking name. When I were a wee lad fresh on the Sorcerer, Romaro would treat me to the luminous bathhouse at Nekitaka.
He grins as he gently closes Romaro's chest, a hand lingering upon the polished wood.
Oh, the water there shimmered like dawn on the open sea, and I, full flush with the poetic creativity of youth, called it Magic Waters. I know you don't owe me the favour, Captain, but if we could find our way to that bathhouse, I'd not hold it against you. Unless, of course, you asked.
He winks.
For now, though, we've got plunder and pillage before us, aye?
Oh, hello. What's this? Offerings to Skane hang from the shrine. Oh, lovely. You get that, buddy? Because you're going to be engaged a lot. To command, huh? That seems like the kind of place that a captain would be, right? Yeah.
There we are.
Ooh, a better gun. Oh. Wow, a lot happened there very fast. a lot happened there very quickly. And it all led to that person being annihilated. The captain throws his head back and swills the contents of a murky green bottle. When he spots you, he hurls the bottle against the wall, shattering glass onto the lush floor.
Do I know you?
Scowling, he rubs the back of his neck.
Well, you wouldn't be the first I've pissed off and forgotten.
You tried to surrender your ship to me in the midst of a god-awful storm.
Did I now? Oh, that does sound familiar. I believe I promised to make your friend into truths. Ah, right. You're that sloop captain what got caught in the storms. I take it you did a number on my crew. Figures. I should have stayed to kill you myself. Looks like I'll have to remedy that now. What you hope to accomplish coming around here? You do realise we're standing in the most well-guarded spot in all of Deadlight?
I came to kill you.
By all means, step in line. You ain't the first, and you won't be the last.
I think I will.
You can fight me if you like, but you won't be leaving this fort alive.
Lunge for his throat. Shock colors his features before he regains himself.
We'll be fighting to the death now.
Yeah, okay. Why didn't I just shoot him?
Let us end this.
Well, loser town idiot's dead. You get exploded, you fuck. You won't be the last to try and kill me. Is the last to try and kill him. Exceptional pistol. Don't mind if I do. Ooh, and a fine saber? That's better than mine. Let's see this armor. Better than mine? More piratey? Oh, that's delightful. Okay.
That will do nicely.
Nothing, colored pins mark various shipping routes and ports on this map of Deadfire. Grants leap. What does leap grant? Barbarians are able to leap high into the air and crash down upon their foes, dazing them. Well then, it sounds like that's good boots for the barbarian. I came from there, I think. I infiltrated this place way easily, huh? Like that was trivial. I didn't even, like, sneak. I just had to kill, like, what, like 4 people? Can I steal their boats? Can I sink their boats? I killed Captain Fuckface. Does that mean I get his boat now? Start my own fleet? Now I'm the Pirate King?
I shall make it so.
I know he wasn't the Pirate King. Why is this place just empty?
It's done.
To dungeons? Let's see if there's anyone locked up. I'll just free them. Oh. I started in the dungeons, huh? Look, a boat. Sure would be a shame if someone were to hurl gunpowder on it and then shoot it. Just a lot of gunpowder barrels just sitting around. More lockpicks, I'll always take. Celebrant. Okay, good talk, dude. Celebrating the death of Pissface McGee. Jailer, huh? Awfully quiet up top. Yeah. It is. You know why? Because I killed Captain Shitlord. I killed... I keep just saying Captain because that was his actual title. I killed Swabby Pisspants. And he's just fucking dead now. Wearing his coat. His coat. Hello? It's true, did Ben die choking on his own blood? Word gets around fast. No, he died choking on his own piss.
We've plenty to share.
Exotic spirits fill the cups on this table. Alright, well, I guess I'm done here. Hello?
Think this'll break me? Ha! It won't. Spit on me, and I'll make you regret it. One day, surely.
Why are you being punished?
Those hagfish. Benweth's crew lashed me up to be, and I quote, a deterrent to insubordination. It's shark shit. All I did was filch one of their horns and blast it to start along with. I wanted to see her get all worked up.
Benwith's crew uses horns to blast for alarms?
Well, sure. But shouldn't you know this, on account of you being a captain?
I used to sail for Frante. He runs things differently.
That he does, the master rogue. You should have come to us sooner. We're accepting of even old bloods if they're wanting to run fresh.
I'll cut you loose.
Not that I ain't grateful, but if Ben's crew spots me about, they'll be taking more than my pride next.
Benwith won't be troubling you anytime soon.
Blimey, someone got the best of brutal Benny. Come drink with me at the court sometime. You'd best believe I'll be celebrating this blessing from the gods.
Yeah, I killed him. It was easy and fun.
It was their first hanging. Had the rope too long, so we cut the tosser's head right off.
Neglect the dog, huh?
Ain't even possible, that.
Oh,
It is.
free dog.
I'm telling you, I saw it.
Alright, I guess let's go to port. Thought that would take longer. I was in and out of that place in like 15 fucking minutes. Rune powder, huh? Uh-oh. Hello? Island? Is land? Guess go across the Osa Channel. As you travel northwest, more just west, you discover a broad channel separating you from the flat expanse of sandy islet. A wooden bridge spans the waterway, easily wide enough to accommodate a cart and horse. A crowd throngs the bridge, an eclectic menagerie of clean-coated Valians, Omawa, in bright and colorful robes, and even the odd Orlan. Down the hill, by the water's edge, a small cluster of Omawa have gathered. Walk onto the bridge. Bridge seems relatively new, little worn, for something on the coast. The flat slats are utterly without ostentation, the structure crafted solely for functionality. The quiet murmur of conversation rises as you approach, entirely overwhelming the susurrus of the sea. An Orlan, his deep brown fur a close match to the boards beneath your feet, approaches you and doffs a wide-brimmed hat as he bows. Greetings, greetings, stranger. Come to eye the race. These people came out here to watch a race? The Orlan grins. Ain't from around here, are you? His Red Saren accent suggests that he isn't either. It's a local tradition, a swim up the Osa Channel after a big storm when the current's at its strongest. Winner gets a... He scratches the back of his head. Some kind of gewgaw or some such. Bragging rights, too. He smiles, rubbing his fingers together as if to indicate coin. But for us foreign, non-swimming types, there's a bit of action in the betting. Can I participate in the race? He scratches the top of his head. Not really sure. Can't say it's up to me either way. You'd want to talk to them down on the riverside. Approach the Elmo near the water. From the shore you can see that the channel's current seems significantly stronger than it had from afar, perhaps from recent storms. The Huana gathered here, garbed in thin robes in the lulch, watch as you approach. One steps forward, her own gown in far brighter colors than those around her. She raises an eyebrow. You look an islander born and bred, but you're no Huana. She nods towards the bridge. If you come to watch, the viewing's better from the bridge. I'd like to join the race. Several of the gathered Huana chuckle. The woman merely smiles, bowing her head slightly. Challenging Osa. It is always done by Omawa to prove the strength and stamina in the water. I stay afraid it may be too much for another kith. I mean, I am an Omawa. I'm just a godborn, or godbunkin, or whatever. You have a point. The Deadfire's already tried to drown me once. Oh, I wanted that to be a brag. She bows her head. Then you may go, avoid Nagati's hunger. Turn towards the bridge. Let's watch the race. You join the Orlan by the rail and watch as the Omawa on the shore disrobe. They crouch on stones along the water, and as the Master of Ceremonies lifts a hand above her head. As she drops it, they flash into the water like cannonballs. One of the Huana you notice struggles to remain in the pack. No, he's just struggling to stay above the water. He desperately gasps. His desperate gasps carry down the channel. Dive in and help him to shore. The onlookers gasp as you leap from the bridge into the cold, briny wet. You kick out, swimming hard against the current. The waters of the Osa Channel press against you, slowing you, then sweeping you back. Soon you too are struggling to keep your head above water. Oops! An arm wraps around you. The heavily muscled Omawa woman kicks towards land. You in one arm, the gangly teen in the other. At the water's edge, you clamber onto solid ground, heaving and coughing. The lean man outpaces the others, reaching the goal first. The crowd cheers as he strides out of the water, then he bows to them from the hip. The crowd on the bridge thins and the commotion dies down. Your journey continues. Oh, is that all? You come upon a flight of wide steps that descend deep into the earth. Chill air radiates from a dark doorway at the bottom of the stairs. It smells faintly of dust and cold stone. Search the location. Find a fine hatchet. Hell yeah. That's a battle axe. What? Yeah. Let's keep double pistols for now. Because I love my double pistols. Sea navigation, huh? Yeah, okay. I already know about that. Remember that time someone tried to, like, pirate me and I fucking wrecked their ship? No? Hello?
Ring of a bell comes to you on a cold wind.
Oh, more of this shit.
The ring comes again and again, until soon the air is full with the sound of 1,000 bells ringing all at once. You are alone. And then, you are not.
Hello?
An indistinct figure stands before you, flickering between forms like a fire-cast shadow. A fixed, taunting grin. Bottomless black eyes. A yawning chasm in the earth. The aspects of Berith, the Usher and the Pallid Knight, shift in and out of focus. And at their back, 4 indistinct shades hover. You feel an eternity stretch out behind each of them, reaching back to places so distant and yet so near you cannot comprehend their size. The shifting image of Berith settles on the aspect of the Pallid Knight.
Watcher.
Her voice is the discordant clangor of gongs struck out of time.
I tasked you to discover Aethys's intentions. Tell me what you have learned.
He's draining souls from veins of luminous Adra.
The Pallid Knight knits her brows.
He does not seek to return to the Beyond? Intriguing.
Her sickly pale skin pulls tight across the bones of her face, as if the shell of this aspect does not quite fit the impossible creature it contains. The figure nearest Berith dissolves and reforms in the image of a thin-lipped, ancient crone, whose face has felt the melting kiss of fire. The goddess Wodika strides forward.
Does Aethys frighten you, Berith? He should. Magran subdued Aethys's influence once before, and yet he returned.
From out of Wodika's shadow shuffles a hunched, bald man you recognize as the god Scan. His skin is mapped with swollen lash scars, and breath whistles through the ragged hole in his face where his nose once was. He does not speak, but stares up at Wodika with naked loathing plain on his ruined face.
Okay.
Wodika steeples her long, knob-jointed fingers.
We must annihilate Aethys now, before he makes a rash decision we cannot easily annul.
She casts a sly look at the Pallid Knight from the corners of her eyes.
A moon would do the job nicely.
You would destroy Eora for what? Spite?
Wodika stares at you down her long nose.
I would destroy it all in the blink of your wide eye if I believed it would benefit me. Empires can be rebuilt. Souls can be reforged. Do not forget it.
The figure beside the aspect of Berith flows forward in a swirling cloud of ash. The ash falls to the tiles and reveals a molten-skinned woman, leaning on a monstrous, wicked-edged broadsword.
You are the kith who attempted to convince my priest Durrance that I conspired with Wodika's mad ploy to seize power. You failed, of course.
Sure, I remember that.
A ribbon of smoke curls from the corner of her mouth, and she turns her attention about to Wodika. Magran's glowing lips curl in disdain.
We must find a solution to the problem of Aethys that is neither do nothing, nor destroy the world.
Who's this funky friend? I want to know about them.
I acted in haste during the Saints' War. You will not goad me into doing the same now. To move against him while his plans are unknown would be the height of foolishness. We must find wisdom in precaution.
What precautions do you suggest?
Magrin looks at you as one might a wayward gob of spit on one's shoe.
It is no business of yours what the gods decide.
You called me here!
Another of the silent figures steps forward, and the warm, golden light of a summer's afternoon spills across your face.
Let's all take a deep, calming breath. Perhaps cooler heads will prevail.
Behind Helia's words, you hear the soft coo of doves.
Aethys has been separated from us for too long. Isn't it possible he intends only to gather enough souls to reclaim his realm in the beyond? He should be welcomed.
You look up then into avian eyes. Through them, you see clouds of starlings converge and divide.
What if he intends to betray you?
Helia puts a feathered hand to her chest.
He wouldn't. Betrayal is not in his nature.
Scan shuffles forward.
Yes, yes. We should welcome Aethys' return to the fold. His gratitude we can leverage to cajole him into divulging his plot. Then, when he believes himself to be in our good graces, we do as Wetica suggests, and crush him into the earth.
Scan pauses, inspecting you.
Ah, and here is the Watcher who killed Lord Harren, the man who tormented his dear niece, Alice. Curious.
I think I remember that.
Scan licks the ragged edge of his lipless mouth and grins, then turns to Helia.
I did not expect such a deliciously ruthless idea from you, Helia. I am impressed.
Helia's feathered crest stands on end.
You wretched little creature.
Attempting to end Aethys may only make things worse.
Your point is well made, little Watcher. If self-evident, Aethys has not been known to possess a vindictive nature. Indeed, he has occasionally been magnanimous to a fault. However, if we push him to the brink of reason, there is no telling what he may do. He is, as ever, unpredictable.
Something akin to fondness creeps into her voice.
Then what's the point of this exercise?
The pallid knight gestures for silence.
Aethys cannot be killed, but he may be subdued. Yet to do so will take immense power and time.
Your gods.
Both stand in his favor.
Magrin grits her black glass teeth.
That is why we must ascertain his plans before he has the chance to put them into motion.
She begins to pace. Her steps leave little trails of fire in her wake. Magrin stops and balls her hands into flaming fists.
Even if we manage to destroy his current form, there is the possibility he could return, if he has not already absorbed all of his children.
Absorbed his children? I don't understand.
The pallid knight casts a cold, cutting glare in Magrin's direction.
Magrin speaks too freely. That knowledge is beyond your ken, Watcher.
Wetica waves the gods to silence.
Aethys gathers strength. His strength is a threat to us.
You want me to do shit and then you don't tell me important details. Don't expect much.
Her voice takes on a sharp, almost panicked edge.
There is no sensible answer to the question of a resurgent Aethys other than decisive, final action.
Say nothing.
We will act when it is appropriate to do so, and not before.
The pallid knight steps away from the half-circle of assembled gods. She pulls herself up to a great height. The words she speaks next come not from her mouth, but from all around you.
Follow him, Watcher.
The black of the pallid night's irises expand until her eyes are as dark and cold as the void between stars. She bends down and brings her ghostly face level with your own.
Your debt to me remains unpaid.
I'll do what I can.
She stares at you, unblinking. Like a needle drawn to a magnet, you are pulled toward her one compulsory step at a time. You blink open your eyes and find yourself on the floor of your ship's cabin, alone.
Okay.
As you like.
Cynthia, I hope this letter finds you in good health. It's been many summers now since you first arrived in Gilded Vale. Much has changed in those years, but I will never forget the kindness you showed me. The gods have blessed me with a son. He's healthy and strong, and already so curious. All of Gilded Vale dotes upon him. I have told him of you. He asks constantly after the Watcher who restored his spirit, and hopes one day to meet you. Until then, know that we keep you in our prayers. Your most grateful servant, Alfra. Sure.
I shall make it so.
Cannot talk to? Okay.
Ship
Jody.
life sure is an adventure, ain't it? Just think of all the places we can sail to, all the sights we could see. This is nothing like being stuck on a farm, or cloistered in the back of a temple.
Jody wraps her sickle against her thigh and she says the boat's layout. Satisfied by whatever she sees, she tilts her head to you in with a small
Tell me
smile.
what's on your mind?
How are you feeling? Suffered any recent nightmares?
They're there in my head when I sleep.
That is how nightmares work.
And sometimes I can taste them on the back of my tongue like a smear of grit. Happens when I take in a particularly volatile soul.
Don't worry, we'll figure something out.
Will we? Ought we? I just don't know.
Pinching the bridge of her nose with dirty fingers, Jody sighs.
I trust you, Watcher. I swear I do. I worry sometimes about what's gonna happen to me. But, well... It's not like I can turn my back on my duty to my god, even if it kills me.
Alof nods, a quiet smile etched up across his lips. That's all for now.
I'll be 2 whoops and a holler away.
Alof!
You stood with me through more than anyone I've ever known.
He clasps his hands together, working his fingers into a tight knot.
But a lot has happened over the last 5 years.
So tell me.
After we parted, I set out to destroy the Leaden Key.
Adir nods in agreement.
It's controlled us for too long. I wanted to free Kith from it.
Fair.
So for 5 years, I've been tracking down Leaden Key circles, searching for the places where they operate in secret.
He knits his brow. Jody's eyes gleam with dark amusement.
Trying to undo them.
You're doing the right thing. Don't forget it. He gives you a wan smile.
The task has been more difficult than I anticipated.
How so?
I don't think I fully understood the weight of the decisions I would have to make. Or the burden of living with them. It was much easier when I only had to follow someone else's lead. My father's, Theos's, yours.
He glances at you out of the corner of his eye. Easy, sure. I led you right into the prison of the gods. No, I'm not gonna say that. You had a sense of purpose when you began this. Don't lose it.
I haven't.
Shodi nibbles on her lips to hide a spreading smile.
After we defeated Theos, I thought the hard part of undoing his work would be tracking down the Leaden Key's members and operations.
But
perhaps this would be easier with an example. I went to a village in Old Valia, a run-down backwater of a place. Aye, right home like it was.
Aloth's expression shifts as Isilmir briefly emerges.
Centuries ago, the Leaden Key had intervened to end some heretical cult. The details were lost, but what had endured was a practice of ritual bloodletting. A gruesome, pointless tradition.
He grimaces.
At every full moon, the villagers would feed the soil with their blood. No one, young or old, sick or hale, was exempt.
What did you do?
The village priest administered the practice. Grim old fellow. Reminded me of Theos.
He raises an eyebrow at you.
Wicked el bun back. 'Tis what the lad means.
He was a tyrant. I was certain that if the villagers were free of his influence, they'd be free from the bloodletting too. So I arranged for him to have an accident.
He gives you a sly look. Irked, Shodi runs her tongue over her teeth. And then?
The old man died, and the villagers were terrified. They were convinced his death was an ill omen. They blamed it, and every other mishap that befell them, on their lack of faith. So they began bloodletting every week, turning on their neighbors for giving too little.
His lips twist, as if the words themselves have a bitter taste.
Instead of a handful dying each year, a few perished every week.
He's worked at the edge of his sash into a tight knot. He clenches it between pale, rigid fingers. You couldn't have known that would happen. This isn't your fault.
I had to do something, didn't I?
He turns to you with wide, anguished eyes. He pauses again, untwisting the sash at his lap.
I keep wondering what I might have done differently, or how I could have known better.
Stop dwelling on this. You'll paralyze yourself.
I suppose so. I should get some rest. It's been a long day, and you've given me a lot to think about.
We'll talk more later, then.
Hey, this brings back some memories, huh?
How do you like Deadfire?
The air's different. Especially compared to Gilded Vale, where there's more livestock than shovels. Sounds different, too. You wake up to all those bird calls, it really does sound like they're making music. If the birds woke you in Gilded Vale, it was usually a couple crows making the most horrible mating noises you ever heard. Strange thing is, I still get this feeling in me, like I wish I was home.
What'd you do after we ended the legacy?
I like that feeling, knowing we'd stopped Theos. We were part of something big. That was something I never felt before, not even at war. Guess I went looking for it again. Not that I wanted to tangle with gods, but something smaller. Something I thought I could manage. Well, there's a group of Aethasians in Deerwood, the night market. Go around helping other Aethasians in secret. Sort of like the Leaden Key, guess you could say. Except not a bunch of craven lunatics. So this one night I'm at a tavern and this fella has a disagreement with me. Game of Orland's head he'd lost some money at. And I'm bashing his head into the target when he notices I got this pendant with a symbol of Aethys on it. So we get to talking and it turns out he's an alright fella. Runs with the night market. And after he was feeling better a month or two later, he introduced me to some folks in the group. And they let me in.
How did that work out?
Well, it depended. The jobs we did, I got to help a lot of folks. A lot of times it was helping folks get out of bad situations. Getting them set up with better ones. I like that. But the group had problems. A lot of different ideas how to run things. Sometimes it cost the people we were trying to help. And I don't know if that was something we could have avoided, or if it was the cost of trying to fix things.
Let me ask you something else.
If you like.
What are your thoughts on Aethys at the moment?
I want the destruction to stop. I want him to finish what he's doing and then go in peace. Only I don't see it playing out that way.
Let's get moving. Okay. Two-world map. Did I? Dear Watcher, I find myself in need of someone with your particular brand of talents. As our last business transaction went so grandly, I appreciate the opportunity to hire you again. If you are interested, please convene with me in Dunwich. To our fortunate proceedings, Captain Ferrante. I'm not destroying that shit. Why would I destroy the letter? I want I want a paper trail. God, there's so much world map. A lethargic, misshapen bird drops a damp missive onto the deck. Try the critter cleaver! To Absentia, captain of the Defiant, I know what you're thinking. I have too many lovable cats, dogs, pigs, birds, and pigs. Like you, I once thought I could take in stray pets, care for their needs, and shower each with equal affection. But we limited beings have only so much love to spread around. Unpleasant, unfair, unfortunate. That's why I took it upon myself to optimize affection and curtail my creature care. I bring you the critter cleaver. The cleaver is a handy, ethics-free apparatus yanked from a genuine Angwithan dig site and restored to glorious functionality. Simply slide your favorite feline down one end and let the cleaver do its charm. The best is yet to come. See, the cleaver remembers. Stick a white bird in there, it remembers. Purple pig, it remembers. It even remembers your pet's strength, weaknesses, and favorite places to poop. Now your furry friend isn't just gonna slide out the cleaver's business end, same as it went inside. No, they come out different. Better, sometimes. That's where it gets fun. Combinations. Want a bird to think like a pig? Want a cat to think like a different, better cat? The cleaver provides. You'd be doing me a favor of epic proportions if you gave the critter cleaver a whirl. Once folks see you using it, everyone will want a turn. I've moved it to the far wall of the dark cupboard, which is at Periki's Overlook in Nakataka. You can find the cleaver just due west of the wooden fella. A friend and animal lover. P.S. I fixed the insert receptacle so it no longer accepts Orlands and gave it a good scrubbing. You are welcome. Well, okay then. That sounds fucked up. That sounds fucked up and bad. Nakataka. As you walk down the dock, your approach is noted by a cadre of heavily armored Almoa. Their leader briskly leads them to intercept you. Though the harbor master says nothing as she surveys you, you note a telltale sneer and a twitch of revulsion that are all too familiar.
You're far from home, farmer. How did you make it all this way in your little boat?
The Almoa cranes her neck to look along the hull of your ship. Her expression conveys equal portions incredulity and pity.
Why do we gotta be farmers just because we're from Deerwood?
Are you a farmer?
Yeah, but you can't just assume. We got rabble-rousers, too.
Her attention returns to you. The Almoa's mood becomes more formal.
I'm the harbor master, Kauha. I must ask your reason for docking in Neketaka.
Don't worry, sister. Surely you can let me through. The harbor master's face twists in annoyance. She takes a half step closer to you.
Akora May, Yayhem. No one gets through without good reason. Not even locals.
Men and women behind the harbor master set their jaws and straighten their backs at their leader's words. Deep within you, you feel an uncomfortable roiling. You can't be certain if the sensation is physical or spiritual, but it immediately induces nausea and fills your ears with the sound of blood rushing through your head. Cutting through the din, you hear a familiar woman's voice speak. Each word comes slowly, following with what sounds like a chiming of a small bell.
Show them. Show them what you are.
I'm a watcher in the Herald of Bareth. The whole Deadfire is in danger. Please let me pass.
I've heard enough. There's no room for you in Neketaka Harbor. Get back on your ship and head back to open sea.
Harbor Master gestures towards you both. The men and women behind her nod and murmur in agreement. The nausea continues to build inside you, blood pounding against your skull. Again the woman's voice. Again the chimes.
I will help you.
What's the matter with you? What are you doing? If you're trying to scare us with some cipher mischief, save the purple flames for the tribes of the Outer Islands.
The roar in your head begins to abate. The ringing of the chimes becomes clearer, rhythmic. 2 successive peals followed by a brief respite. You realize that the chimes ring in tandem with your heartbeat. You open your eyes. The harbor master is gesturing wildly, presumably to get your attention, and yelling in your face. But you hear no words, only the ringing of the chime as your heart rate slows, and slows, and slows, and slows.
Now.
What is this?
Run for it!
So much for discretion.
That's what you get for being an asshole. Now I'm gonna steal all your stuff. Oh shit, it's her. Birdface.
Watcher. Tiverus. Is it really you?
Yes.
Hey, I know those feathers. Pallegina.
It's been ages. But what's happened to your armor?
You two know each other? I mean, I wouldn't be jealous if you did.
Shodi's eyes flick back and forth between you and Pallegina. She bites at her bottom lip, but says no more.
Know this last Cap? Oh, I weren't aware you favoured feathers.
Pallegina's mouth hangs open in shock. Though her hair and feathers have the same immaculate grooming as when you last saw her, Her breastplate's 5 suns have been carefully scratched off. She looks down at the armor and back up to you with a pained glance.
I'm sure that even at Cadnua, you must have heard what happened when I returned to the Republics.
I did. I'm sorry things didn't work out for you. She glances away and gives you an appreciative nod. You see the muscles in her jaw clenching as seconds pass.
The Republic survived. That is the most important thing. And here the company's business seems to be getting on fine without my interference.
Are you working with the Valiant Trading Company now? Pathetic laugh escapes her lips. She turns her gaze down, shaking her head.
No. No company associated with the Dukes will employ me now. I get by working as a ship guard. At least I can be among my people, even if they look down on me.
I could use your help, Pelagina. I'm hunting down Aethys. Her eyebrows arch, the membranes in her eyes sliding out and back as the weight of your words hits her.
I suppose I should not be surprised, considering all we went through. But no, I will not be coming with you, Watcher. I would be lucky if I wound up dead.
No, it won't be like that. I promise.
Torres, Watcher.
Okay. A mixture of sadness and anger flashes across her face. It is quickly replaced by a familiar, calm expression. She nods once, then turns to go.
Good riddance and safe travels to you.
Seraphin strokes his braided beard beneath a quiet smirk. Aww.
Need a fresh jacket or pants? Something more delicate? If you have a frame, I can fit cloth to it without fuss.
Taylor eyeballs you shoulder width, doing some mental calculation. Let me see what you have.
I'll give you space to browse.
During nighttime, this aura grants nearby. Huh. Neat. Is there anything good? Take that. Actually, no. I'll keep the torches. Those can be useful. Wait. What? Where'd they go? Okay. And trade.
It is not as easy as it seems to turn a profit in Neketaka, but there is opportunity.
Osa.
Care for a fish or two, stranger? Today's catch, ripped straight from the hands of the salty wench.
Fishmonger lets out an accomplished sigh. Let me see what you have.
You'll find no fresher. Have a look. Dora must think I work for free.
Free dog. Hello?
Be with you in just a Almost had it. Damn your eyes.
The sun-scarred dwarf gingerly picks a splinter from in his thumb, muttering.
Hazard of the work, really.
Gives up with a frustrated grunt, shaking his hand.
Came in on the sloop? I can hammer your ship together if you're apt to pay me for it.
Zamar bares his teeth and grinds them hard enough to sound over the noise of the dock. Having trouble with a client?
Aye. Captain Redora hasn't paid me for her commissioned firepower.
Zamar pulls the end of his beard and winces.
While I'm up to my nose in debt, the wild mare gobbles up her coin. And now, pirates are holding my feet to the fire over some sham of a deal.
Zamar winces and tugs harder on his beard in self-administered punishment.
If I don't get Redora's payment, I might as well start carving my swallow net.
What kind of deal are the pirates offering?
One where I mend Principe ships and no others.
Zamar pulls his hair back from the face with both hands, but it only returns to its tangled configuration.
And here I'd have thought a shipwright would be eager for an exclusive contract. In particular, one with clients disposed towards getting their ships shot to shit and shot again.
Folk like that come by coin easy, only to lose it all again. I'm not sinking my business on the say-so of a pack of puffed-up bilge rats. Bastards are driving away business until I give in.
Why haven't you settled your differences already?
Because I've got a backlog of work through the next turning of the wheel. And I'm old, damn it. These hips won't carry me to the mare and back without a fight.
In other words, we need to go to the Wild Mare. Well, that's just fine and dandy.
Mare's a right popular place. There are worse favors I could ask.
If it gets me a discount on your labor, I could hunt down Redora.
You'd do that? A fair price goes without saying, Cully.
Zamar untangles his hand from his beard to link his thumb and forefinger with a wink.
It all comes down to blasted pans and pyres in the end, doesn't it?
Zamar spits toward the dock pilings and glances back at the work still to be done. Farewell. Okay. I don't know where that is that I need to go. Wild Mare. Good thing I've got a map, apparently.
The Hazanui is at the palace, blaming the Valians for attacking one of their ports.
Well, did they?
Of course not. But the Queen must calm them down before they go to war.
Merla! How is every ship hunter taken?
Hello? You have a name. No sooner do you approach the Valian woman than she squints and turns up her nose, regarding you with thinly veiled distaste.
I only deal with serious clients. Now shoo.
She makes a sweeping gesture with both hands. Excuse me?
Done. You are dismissed. Madiko. But it is impossible to find skilled work when every competent freelancer wastes their shore leave in the Wild Mare.
She grimaces toward the east.
When blood travels south of their brains, the value of a good bounty is forgotten.
You give out bounties? I could take some off your hands.
You, a nameless face of the streets?
She thumbs her chin and gives you a thorough looking over.
I do not make a habit of shepherding new talent, but there is a seed of potential.
She sighs to herself and peers over your shoulder before giving up and addressing you directly.
We will cut your teeth on Biakara, a Huana sailor and would-be patriot who plagues company ships.
I'll take the bounty.
Velarde. Biakara sails a voyager's scale of Tangaloa off of Hazongo's northeastern coast.
Aina studies you once more before shrugging and seeing you off with a wave. Alright, you suck. Rude. Fucked up and rude.
you enjoy a coin, my friend? Can you lift a sword? Ado, my friend. I knew our paths would cross eventually.
A valiant shouts over the din of the wild mare to get your attention, turning a great many heads to study your exchange. I bet you say that to all of your clients.
Que? No, you mistake me. I am not one of the courtesans. Tell me, you are the one who sails that fine ship, Ak? Terrorize the docks with spirits, Ak?
Leaning in close, he sips from a tankard and loudly sucks moisture from his upper lips. Absentia, captain of the Defiant, at your service.
I am Aboko, and I am positioned to offer... I have opportunities for...
He clumsily unfolds a sheaf of parchment. The tankard slips from his grasp and spills ale down the front of his trousers. He gawks down at himself in horror.
1,000 times I practiced my speech. Merda. Never did it go this poorly.
You were saying?
I am supposed to be in the business of giving bounties, but I know no one who hunts them.
He stamps his feet, kicking up a spray of spilled ale.
No one will unfurl their sail for my humble payments. But I must start from the bottom and work my way to the top, Ak?
What bounties do you have available?
You will take the job? You will take the job.
He grips you by the shoulders and smiles, tears springing to the corners of his eyes.
Agrasima. Something special for my first hunter, then.
He drains the tankard and tucks it under his arm to retrieve a sheet of notes.
I will start you on Mariel, the mad animancer. She tortures her victims with unspeakable treatments before casting what's left to Berath's will. My contact saw her leaving Port Maje and heading west of Maje Island.
I'll return with her head. Farewell. Captain Redora.
You say I cannot down the rest? Watch me, Miko.
A valiant sailor raises her tankard and arches her back to invite the torrent of ale down her expectant mouth. Holding this pose with nothing to show for it, she taps the tankard's base and furrows her brow at its apparent emptiness. Her companion shakes his head and focuses his attention elsewhere.
Madiko, it is no wonder I thirst.
As she wipes her mouth with the back of her hand, her eyes widen and meet yours.
This is not a temple I expected the gods to frequent.
She gapes at you and swallows. Zamar sent me to collect your debt.
Merla, and he hired muscle.
She takes a shaky step back.
Sientere, but you are too late to collect.
She holds out her palms and flinches at the blow that doesn't come.
A gang in the northern alley stole every coin. I cannot hire a crew, much less repay Zamar.
Smar's having some pirate trouble. Could the gang be connected?
If they wanted Zamar to thirst for coin, it is possible. Botzos will regret it when I turn my cannons to their mast.
Redora raises her empty mug as the vow is struck.
Those the cannons you be waiting for Zamar to cast you? Because I'd be seeing more holes in that plan than in any Principe mast's future or no.
His green eyes pry at her from her. His green eyes pry at her from over crossed arms. Why don't you tell me what happened?
Wizard lights drew me like a moth to the alley north of the Wild Mare.
Her eyes turned downcast.
And the blow to the back of the head that followed, Merla, it hurt.
She touches a spot behind her ear and hisses.
Then a wolf sat on my chest while a group of thugs went through my pockets.
Wolf?
It growled like a thunderstorm and drooled on my uniform.
Redora pats a stain on her shoulder.
I stumbled back here and traded all I had left for the comforts of the mare.
Sounds like my quarrel is with this gang. Farewell.
When you got their leader, tell them Radora sent you.
She raises her mug and winks. Alright. Wizard lights, huh? That sounds ominous.
You eyeing that fresh shat bare paws lump of lumber yonder? That be the misery's delight. Malnage's pus-stuffed canker of a boat.
Points wildly at the half-galley docked nearby. Only 2 hands hold the deck. The remaining crew may be below decks, or they may be ashore. Who?
Malnage. High Queen Sea Devil of the Dead. Unfortunately, also the second best ship hunter around. After yours truly, of course.
He huffs.
Doxy popped a hard on and a half for hating me the tick I joined the sorcerer. Romaro shielded me from the worst of her training. When they bountied him, I figured for sure the Rat Queen would be the first rat up the gangplank. Malnage be up in Romaro's head, or I've never had a roll on the waves. She finds him for us. She'll sink him soon as sighted. Come on, Cap.
He bounces on the balls of his feet. Right, so I'm just killing this person?
Died, then rose again. What do you think that... I see him walking Aora. Nothing but bones, lit by the flames of his soul.
Keep your voices down, my cullies.
Wow.
You want something?
Okay. They're just stealing shit. That's fair and fine. Wait, where's this fucking boat? So I don't see no fucking boat. Oh wow, that's a lot of quests. Oh shit, I never talked to her about that? Fuck. Oops.
Dawn's sickle comes for us all, yet his light shines brightest for those who embrace him.
Okay. Wizard lights. Sinbal.
Please, madam, a coin.
Child moves closer and tugs at the hem of your garments. Small movement draws your eye. You notice the urchin's hand slipping into your coin purse. Give 1 copper. Stay out of trouble.
Hey, thanks.
Coin vanishes up the urchin's sleeve. Urchin bows and scurries away.
That's close enough.
The young girl narrows her eyes and reaches for a dagger tucked into her back pocket. Her cheeks are sallow and she licks the edge of her dried lips. Even if she had eaten this week, you doubt she'd be in fighting shape. Give her an egg. You look like you could use this.
Agrasima.
Takes the egg in both hands and gently nestles it into a pouch.
That'll staunch my pains for an evening at least.
You know anything about local pirates hassling Zamar?
Ugh, if they're the same ones who robbed Radora blind.
She drags her threadbare sleeve across her nose.
The boss and his wolf sleep their fun off by day. But by night, he and his botzo friends keep to the alley giving out bruises for coin.
Farewell.
Well met, stranger. If you feel like investing in protection, I'd be willing to trade iron for copper.
The armor presents you with a friendly smile. Let me see what you have.
To see. Take your time.
She nods. That's better than what you've got. Gate crashers. Sure. Sure. Shout of Hosts? Sounds neat. Sounds fun. Shit, what are your gloves? You keep those. And God, that looks so dumb. Hide hat. Hide bad hat. That looks so dumb. Look at that thing. What a nightmare. As much as I don't want to hide hats because, you know, I think it generally looks cool. And I like the immersion of it. But, like, that's cool. That's cool as hell. That sucks. Okay, so I gotta come here at night. And it is currently morning. So, guess I better find some other shit to do.
Behold, Aethys is risen again.
Where is my
He is
busted
glorious
idol
in
of a
form and purpose.
Judas, have you seen La Medico? Where is that spoiled brat?
A woman in fine clothes clutches a ledger in both hands. She searches the faces of passers-by, settling on yours with an uncertain frown. What seems to be the problem?
Laro is past due for a company meeting. Mother wants me to drag the elusive louse back by his ear.
She tucks the book under her arm.
Must be nice to be a layabout. Uncle Engbert would have tanned my hide.
Deer nods in agreement.
Fuck. I am angry and jealous in equal measure. You'd think this district was a maze, the way he manages to hide.
She glances over your shoulder and sighs, then looks back at you with sudden recognition.
The spirit magnet. Sientere, that I did not recognize you.
Impressive.
If you
I'm
desire
kind
to
of
get in the graces of the
notable.
Valiant Trading Company, we can help each other.
How can I help?
Could I persuade you to watch out for Laro? I'd pay generously for your trouble.
Study her hands. Netta has been digging her nails into her ledger, leaving crescent moon-shaped impressions in the binding. She noticed your interest and holds the book protectively close.
I'm concerned because Laro tends to feud with Orso, one of the local Valera rats.
What do you mean by Valera rat?
The Valeras, a brood of sea vermin playing at nobility.
She hefts her ledger as if to bring it down upon a pest.
We squabble and compete, but Laro, the Pastinago, takes it too far.
If I happen to cross Laro, I'll let you know.
Would you? I'll be waiting at the estate in case he happens to return.
Netta thumbs over her shoulder.
Laro and his miscreant friends carouse at the tavern, the falls above the Adra Mill, and the southwestern bridge. If you see him, tell Laro to get his good-for-nothing ass back home.
Well, we do have this thing with chasing a rogue god to the ends of Aora, but I guess if it's on the way.
Yeah, we are kind of on like a bigger thing, but it might help. Trap detected. Well, good thing I don't plan on stealing from this. I'm here to talk to a guy.
Oh, hello. Welcome to my shop. It's such a pleasure to see a new face.
Sansa bounces back on his heels, a wide grin plastered on his worn face.
How might I assist you?
Show me what you have for sale.
Certainly, certainly. It would be my pleasure. Of course, it's mostly books and knickknacks. Maps I do on commission, you see.
Snakeskin Grimoire. Yoink. Take that. That seems like it could be useful. Why that go to her? So these sound like they're side quests.
How might I assist you?
What do you do here?
Oh, I am a cartographer. I make maps. I'm not half bad at it either. And may the gods forgive my immodesty for saying so. If you need a map of any settled region of the Deadfire, I am your man. And my commission rates are quite generous. It used to be I would take to the sea and do a bit of charting myself. But I haven't the time. Too many maps need making. A shame, too. There's a whole swath of the Deadfire I've yet to see. I'm quite keen to write a book, in fact. Oh, but I won't trouble you about that. Excuse my nattering on, won't you?
You said you're writing a book?
I'm putting together an explorer's account of the Deadfire. Or at least the part of it Queen Onekaza's tribe has laid claim to. My book will be the first of its kind. The Explorers Club will go mad for it. Or, well, that was the idea. It's a fiercely dangerous enterprise, in point of fact, and nobody will agree to chart the islands for me. You'd think ship captains would be a bold-hearted bunch. I offered fair recompense.
Sansa folds his arms, sighing.
I'm not exactly the most powerful fighter, or I do it all myself. Still, wouldn't it be wonderful? An explorer's guide to the Deadfire. Someday.
I've got a bold heart and a ship. Need a hand?
Do you mean it? This is... Wow! I can't thank you enough.
Hands on his hips, Seraphine grins. Shodi nibbles her lips to hide a spreading smile.
It's a lot of ground, I mean water to cover, and some of these islands are in very dangerous waters.
Despite his words, the gleeful expression on Sansa's face has not faded.
Don't worry, I planned it all out. We'll get your feet wet first. With a little experience under your belt, I'm sure you'll get a taste for it. Nothing will stop us. I mean, you. The idea is to explore all the islands that haven't been charted yet, or even named. That falls to you, Anika. You can't tell me you've never wanted to name your own island?
Oh yes.
I thought we could start
I like the
waters
idea
around
of
the
that.
only outpost at Port Mage. There are 2 islands in the region, and nobody's taken much notice of them yet. Once you're back, I'll start filling in my map and adding your findings to the book. Oh, this will be wonderful.
Alright, bud. Sounds like a deal. I guess. I'm not much of a cartographer, as far as I know. So, I don't know how good my maps will be.
Have you heard about the commotion at the palace?
Of course. Something about Luminous Adra.
A giant made of Luminous Adra.
All I know is that they're all at each other's throats up there.
What's this one? Okay. Hello? Against a backdrop of jeering youths, a young woman raises her arms with an air of practiced drama. Before her, 2 men stand across from each other, mirroring scowls.
You both attest that you have made all possible efforts to come to a peaceful...
The woman trails off as you approach, and you find yourself a sudden target for the crowd's attention.
Who is this Nasenale? How many cousins do you have or so?
Laro chuckles.
Postenago. Does that look like any cousin of mine?
How should I know? Your kin lie with eels.
Orso glares at Laro and bites back whatever insult he had at the
We
ready.
have business. What do you want?
I don't want any trouble.
Ah, but you're a witness now. You can at least watch us bleed each other dry.
What's your words of? You want the Juana to know we're dueling?
My bad so to the tribals. We should be free to settle matters on valiant terms.
Orso glances in your direction with annoyance.
Small wonder the old empire collapsed in civil strife if this is the Valian way.
He sneers.
And how do your colonies fare, Adira?
Orso narrows his eyes at Aloth. I suppose you have a good reason for this duel?
This street thug called my family a warren of corrupt inbreds. But is there a dung heap in all the world that does not have a little Valera cousin scratching through it?
Laro opens his arms wide and smiles to the milling crowd.
That wolf he calls mother would have us live out our days polishing Bardato silver.
Orso spits on the ground between them. Is this slight worth one of your lives?
Ak, this is but one chapter in a long anthology of Bardato arrogance.
Arrogance? Per complancanet, you should thank me for my patience.
Does this have to be settled by death? Surely there are better alternatives.
Nothing less than the total disgrace of the Valeras would satisfy me.
Then you will die unfulfilled.
Anyone can kill. Fighting to first blood would be enough to prove who's the better man. The duelists eye each other warily.
I was the one who suggested fisticuffs, but you were eager to cut me open.
To first blood, then. Shall we resume?
The duelists square off and tentatively circle each other. Stocky Orso moves with heavy strides, while Lero takes precise, measured steps. Onlookers gather and press to the edges of the poorly defined arena. Their jeering lowers to expectant mutters. The duelists bring their weapons. The duelist seconds bring forth their weapons. Take the opportunity to study each of the opponents. Sure. You note the sweat on Lero's upper lip and the furrow of concentration cleaving Orso's brow. Watch quietly for now. Once the swords are delivered to their respective bearers, the seconds back away in melancholy silence. The duelists cross their swords and bow in salute. The tranquil moment ends in a burst of motion. Despite their difference in size, the duelists seem evenly matched. Orso doesn't settle on an established form, but he keeps pace with Lero's aggressive strikes. Watch a little longer. Orso and Lero trace fierce jabs, giving up any pretense of playing to the crowd. A hard downward thrust sends Lero's blade clattering to the ground. Orso hovers over Lero, a grin slowly taking form. He presses the blade and points it at his opponent's heart. This was supposed to be a fight to first blood, but mercy is the farthest thing from the minds of the combatants. I don't want this dude to get killed. That would be bad. Send up a distracting cheer. Orso's killing stab goes wildly askew, missing his opponent's heart, instead carving off a long slice across Lero's cheek. Lero falls to his knees, clutching at his face.
Not so pretty anymore, Posterago.
Orso wears an accomplished grin. Lero, go find your sister so she knows you're alive.
This does not end here, Valera dog.
Lero wipes away a line of blood and casts it on the ground.
Just make sure the other Bardatos learn from your example.
Orso nods and signals for his attendant to depart. Minor positive gained with the with the trading company. Okay. Oh, I leveled up. Neat. Sleight of hand. Insight. What do I want? What do I want? Paralyzes enemies. That sounds useful. Oh, shit. They leveled up too. I didn't notice that somehow. History. Sure. Oh, and another thing? Well, let's gain concentration at the start of each fight. That sounds useful. I forget exactly what that does, but I think it makes it, like, harder to interrupt. Let's get a point in explosives and streetwise. Leaving them prone? Sounds like good shit. Okay. And now into this place. Talk to the sister, I guess. Oh, this is the wrong house. I went to the wrong place because I forgot which person was which.
You say your lamp nets you souls, I? Mind if I be asking how?
Faith can do many a thing, Seraphim. Add a little copper and Audra, and a normal lantern can work miracles.
Aye, don't those be the tools of the Animancer's art?
Maybe. But I'm no animancer, that's for sure. I ain't out to play God. Only serve mine.
Fair enough, Shodi. Fair enough. Was it you?
Laro has returned to the estate intact. Perfetto.
Nera loosens her grip on her ledger.
Too much Bardato blood has been spilled in the name of Vengiata.
Get the feeling that there's still some unfinished business.
Fuck. Nothing has been solved, only delayed. Here, for your discretion.
She passes you a pouch of coins and adds a short mark to her ledger before snapping it shut.
You have not met Mother, have you?
Nera thumbs her chin, leaving a spot of ink behind.
I'm certain she'll have work for someone invested in the family.
Okay. I'm assuming through here?
Yes, the newcomer. I thought you might visit.
That's some fucking armor you've got, ma'am. Does it just do that all the time?
Lady Izali Bardato. Custom dictates, I say, at your service. But I have not the time for such lies.
I don't know, I think it would have been quicker to say at your service than explain that. She regards you with a cool expression, but stands with fighter's poise.
You saw my son dueling with the Valera boy. At least he survives to learn from his mistakes. When Valera and Bardato cross each other, only blood and sorrow remain.
Do you see your families ever making peace?
Perhaps in time, if great Wodica judges us worthy of supporting the company. Word has spread fast about the little spectacle at the docks. You've certainly caught everyone's attention. Perhaps the Watcher of Cadnua and House Bardato can help one another.
What is it you want?
Queen's Beth whispers of a Valera plot against my family. Something grander than pointless duels.
Oh?
You are a newcomer to the Deadfire, uniquely positioned to loosen Valera tongues.
She taps her chin and regards you thoughtfully.
Zilli Valera strums a lute by the watchtowers. A meek-tempered boy. Fonder of song and drink than the family business. He might spill something of his family's affairs.
What if there is no plot against the Bardatos?
Then I will sleep better at night.
Azali shrugs, her brow furrowed.
My hopes do not hinge on being proven right at every turn.
Wouldn't the governor take an interest in this treachery?
The governor is interested in how much luminous Adra we can export. Nothing else matters. To that end, I look forward to the day when we won't need Valera thugs backing our interests.
I'll go and see what I can get out of Zilli Valera.
Try not to alert the Valeras of our knowledge. That is the point of involving an outside agent.
I apparently noticed something unusual. Attention is drawn to Azali's desk. Among the assorted ledgers and documents sits a brass seal, still dripping with heated wax. Drippings have dried into an almond-shaped pattern which resembles the shape of an eye fringed with bird feathers. A nictating membrane flakes across the surface in a barely perceptible wink.
Are you still with me?
Azali breaks your focus by waving her hand in front of your face. She glances between you and her tidy desk, frowning. Sorry, I lost focus for a moment.
Well, I will endeavor to hold your interest next time.
Why are the Bardatos and Valera feuding?
Because we do not belong in the same business. The Valeras are opportunists reaping the rewards of happenstance. They're little better than the pirates they're charged with slaying.
Better is self-deception, mayhaps.
The pirate scoffs. About this feud with the Valera family.
Tello doesn't make my affairs any easier with his wayward ambitions.
Would you be willing to speak with Atello?
Oh dear. You're serious, aren't you?
She stifles a chuckle.
You think I'd put myself in pistol range of that old imp?
Your son was nearly killed. Isn't that reason enough to put an end to this? She splays her fingers atop her desk and takes a deep breath.
Certainly. But not the end you suggest.
Maybe I could speak with him on your behalf, convince him to see reason.
I think you overestimate how much of my trust you currently enjoy.
I had other questions.
More pleasant subjects, I hope.
Farewell. Guess I gotta go find that kid. Guess I gotta go find that guy. And figure out if he knows of a secret plot without being too obvious about asking about a secret plot. Seems easy enough. I think they said he was on like the bridge, right? Oh, look, watch
hidden from Aethys's divine sight.
that what that is? think that's what that is. Guess we'll find out.
A giant? One of the Rathoon?
No, much bigger. Such is the rumor.
Sounds like sailor tales to me.
In the market for decent footwear? You won't find any cat leather around in my shop. Some of us hold ourselves to a higher standard.
The merchant gestures for you to speak freely. Let me see what you have.
Of course. Come take a look.
I will take these. Hey, I was right. Hey, guy. This young man appears to be either composing or practicing a tune on his lute. He stops mid-strum, looking up at you with a friendly expression.
Hundreds nethers. Something I can do for you?
He stares at your head with disbelief. I just came to listen to you play.
Oh, sorry to disappoint then. I'm having an imp of a time with this piece.
Here you're the one to talk about certain kinds of jobs.
It was Persa, wasn't it? Is she recruiting again?
Zeely scowls.
You can tell her I'm not getting involved in whatever she's up to.
So you're not the one to talk to?
No, whatever Persa has planned, it's not how we do things.
Zeely flushes with anger.
Go plot your mischief with Persa. She's got a room at the tavern down in the gullet. Just leave me out of it.
Of course, of course. The gullet. A place we all know of. Regenerate focus more quickly. More damage. Explosives. And insight. Sure, that sounds good. And sure. Okay. God, only 2 hours have gone by? Fuck. I need it to be night. The one time it's not night is the one time I need it to be night. The gullet. Why is it locked? Do I just need to go through a different... What if I go through the west? Or east? That's what I meant to say. East. The west. No.
The Queen is holding court today with the Valiant and Rowattians.
How long before they're killing each other?
Wager on it?
Now I can go to the gullet. Weird. Principal group notices you walking and approaches you in the street. Oh goody. This can only end well.
Finally washed into port.
Seraphin stops as the other pirates approach. His fists balled. The heat of his anger flushes your skin, then seeps beneath, simmering your thoughts.
Hold up, Cap. That be Malnage, the High Queen Sea Devil of the Deadfire herself, awaiting us like a shark in heat.
Ahoy, Malnage.
Captain, I've heard a mess and a half about you. Mostly good. Though I see your taste in company could use some refining.
The Orlan gestures to Seraphin with a smirk.
Typical Malnage. Can't match my skill, so you try to spew shit.
Boy, when you're as old as me, your skill will still be naught more than the untrained fumbling of an adherent maid to the refined workings of my mind.
The sailors backing her chuckle. What brings you here, Malnage?
I've heard about your run-ins with Captains Benweth and Ferrante. Meeting the old Principe seems like. Almost makes a girl green. The envy of missing the party.
She grins, her mouth filled with sharp yellow teeth.
I'm tracking a man by the name of Rimaro. Traitor to the cause.
Romaro ain't no traitor, you mind-blind sack of squid squirts.
Seraphin growls, fists tight and fur bristling. You feel the anger coil around him and spill forward, and your vision begins to swim. Let the visions come. Wall of text. Okay. A sharp strike against your cheek, and your head hits wood hard, and the wet of something rolling down the back of your scalp, plumping in your fur. And Malnage standing over you, fist balled, a flash like thunder and copper in your mouth. Then an old man, eyes equal parts kindness and rage, hauling her back, shouting her down, turning to you, leaning in, the rage fleeting. The anger slides past your vision and resolves into the Nakataka street.
Captain, there'll be a bounty of some 4,000 pounds on Rimaro, quick or dead. I'd be willing to cut you 1/10 of that, here and now, if you give me any knowledge you might have stumbled across on your travels.
We heard Rimaro's headed on his way to Port Mage. Seraphin blinks at you, then spits some muttered invectives to sell the lie. Malnage's head cants to the side. She slowly shakes it.
We're worth a try, Cap.
Careful, Watcher. You don't want to go making yourself an enemy of the Principe Sen Petrena. Anyone aids our enemies shares their fate, you know?
She draws a finger across her throat.
Fare thee well, Captain. See you around, Seraphin.
She turns on her heels and leads her crew away. Why didn't I have the option to kill? I wanted to murder them. Where was that option? Oh well. Okay. Oh. You leave the bustle of the crowds behind, making your way to along the winding path into the gullet. For a time, the path ascends the mountain. Even so, the cramped walls and rundown Huana buildings close in around you, obscuring your view. You come to a dark passage cutting through the mountain. just wide enough to accommodate a wagon. The path here descends steadily into the rock face. Can I not hit the buttons? After a lengthy journey through the dimly lit tunnel, you come to the gates of the gullet. The stench hits you first, a foul mixture of rot, stale ale, and bodily odors. You notice a guardsman pushing a cart heaped high with moldering food, which must account for some of the smell. Ahead, the homes of the gullet emerge as a collection of lights amid the darkness. You hear the rush of water below, and a frigid breeze wafts up from the unseen depths like an exhalation.
Please, I did nothing.
You see a man being dragged along a rickety boardwalk towards a rusty cage that swings over the abyss. He strains against the guard's grip. The guard delivers a savage backhand.
Enough! Or do you wish to consign her to the old city as well?
The warrior casts a meaningful glance at a woman standing a short distance away.
Let him go!
She screams at the guards, but she doesn't dare approach. The man notices her. His face lights up with shame.
Mia, I'm sorry.
Your tongue flops like a dying fish. I tire of its stink. Lower him down!
The guard drags the Reparo into a metal cage and lock him inside. He shouts and rattles the bars as it is lowered over the edge of the platform. Eventually, his screams are lost to the depths.
May Tangaloa devour your souls, you cold-blooded eels.
Well, dang. That seems like some rough shit.
Traveler, do you have any food? Surely you've a scrap to spare.
Gaunt Reparo woman grabs for your leg. She paws at you with a weak grip, fingers bone-thin and trembling.
Mercy, traveler. Never have I been so hungry.
Fucking Jesus. What a shitty thing to say. Maybe you should seek paying work. Give her some food. The woman snatches the food from your hands with surprising speed, eyes darting at a glance for any onlookers before she shoves it between her teeth. She gnaws desperately, swallows, chokes, chews again, and speaks with a mouth half full from the next bite.
Thank you. I'll share it, I swear. Thank you, traveler.
The Reparo touches two gaunt-knuckled fingers to her lips. Who's the leader around here? She chuckles darkly.
The gullet is a lawless place, forgotten. The only authority here is the Matarus, and they don't work on our behalf. But if it is a wise man you want, seek Anoi in his home. He tries to keep us safe and fed. He does not always succeed, but he does try. Trying's worth a lot down here.
Do you have no access to food?
Always there is prize share. The pile has grown leaner these years. Little falls to our pile that is not rotten or sour from this week and maybe before.
What do you mean? She shakes her head.
Forgive me, I say too much. If you would know more, ask Anoi. Our elder listens to those in need, and he speaks, out of earshot of the guards. He's there, in the house to the right when you cross the bridge. He can speak of the hunger.
Her quavering arm points to the southeast.
Yes?
Okay, well, we've entered a new area. We've got a bunch of new quests. I think I'm gonna call it here. We made some progress. We killed some guys. Killed that fucking pirate. What sucked? So yeah, thank you for watching, y'all. I love you very much. I'll see you next time. Remember, Black Lives Matter. Defund the police. Bye-bye.